Well, staying with that subject, and an ice-free Arctic, sea levels pushed up by 3 feet and polar bears wiped out. It's not the stuff of fiction, according to many, but a harsh reality which could occur within the next few decades. So what, if anything, can be done? Well, joining us is Alan Anderson, editor of The New Scientist and author of After the Ice, Life and Death and Politics in the New Arctic. And Alan, we've heard a lot this week from people heard about the loss of Arctic ice and the impact on the environment. But your book goes one stage further and looks at the geopolitics of that area. And of course, what a lot of people may not have occurred to a lot of people, that as the ice goes, it leaves behind water, and a lot of people have claims to that.
Yes, all the Arctic nations that rim the Arctic, that is Russia, Alaska, United States, Canada, then Greenland through Denmark and Norway, are all pushing claims deeper into the Arctic. The first 200 miles, the exclusive economic zone, is not much disputed. But going beyond that, you've got to go to the United Nations and prove you own it. And they're all after a lot more of that seabed, particularly Russia, that wants the North Pole and half the Arctic.
It may seem obvious, but what is it they're after? Is it mainly oil, or is it fishing as well?
No, it won't be fish. Oil and gas is the main thing. Right now, there is enough in that exclusive economic zone to keep them pretty busy for 20, 30 years. But they're already thinking, further out, we've got to put a claim in to make sure it belongs to us.
And what about the animals up there? Polar bears, we mentioned in the introduction. Yes. They are a magnificent creature. How much at risk are they really?
They're at very, very serious risk. They cannot live without the ice. The ice is where they hunt from, and the seals, which is their main source of food, need that ice too to have pups and live. When the ice goes, the polar bears are going to go. And we really are talking about only a few bears left within 50 years.
We can see some of these magnificent creatures. They are amazing, aren't they? Incredibly ferocious, though.
Yes, when you're out on the ice and you meet one, your major feeling is not how can I save them, but how can I save myself, because they're absolutely scary. The biggest and most powerful predator on the Earth.
And you took photographs when you were up there. I think we can hopefully see some of them, and you might be able to talk us through some of these images. Whereabouts is that?
That's off the north coast of Svalbard, which is just 800 miles from the North Pole, the island's closest to the pole. And that's the big icebergs are now coming out in Greenland, and that's all adding to the sea level rise. That shows the ice just melting away in summer. This area used to be solid and iced in August. Now look at it, it's just a little bit left. And that's what it was like just a few weeks later. All gone. The local Inuit told me, we've never seen this before. Inuit people live here, in Ellesmere Island, the very far north, and I love this one. This walrus came up very close to me after I sang and danced on the seashore. They have curiosity. They don't like boring old humans, but if you dance, sing tunelessly, they come right up.
Well, you're singing I Am the Walrus.
I should have tried that.
And what is that?
That's a beluga whale, actually, and Inuit still very much rely on these Arctic mammals for food, and that was one that they'd hunted. And last of all, we have some of these cliff-dwelling birds, which will find their food disappearing as the ice goes. So the Inuit will be under stress because the food goes, and so will these birds.
I mean, we all know the basic stuff that we can do as homeowners, recycling, trying to drive less. Is there anything else we can be doing to preserve this amazing area? Probably
not to preserve it now, because the ice is going to go, but we can, by acting on global warming, we can bring it back faster, and we can also push governments to make regulations to not stress the area more, not have ships going through there spilling oil, not have too much oil and gas development damaging the environment even more. Give what's left a little bit of a chance.
Do you feel that enough momentum is coming from the meeting in Copenhagen to actually affect a change that will have an impact on that area?
Not yet, no. I mean, it is very worrying because the Arctic ice needs action very, very fast to save just a part of it. And the more we delay, the ice is just going to go. Now we've got a chance to save a bit of it, but I think we're going to have to say it's too late.
It's too
tragic.
Late. Tragedy indeed. Alan Anderson, thanks very much for joining us and showing us some of your photographs this afternoon. Thanks very much.